In 1923, Calvin Coolidge was president. Women were just granted the right to vote. In the post-World War I roaring 20s, a young couple with big dreams headed to California.
This young couple who came from the territory of Arizona, when it was a territory, crossed these old muddy dirt roads to Los Angeles, and all they really wanted to do, they were searching what was called the American Dream. My grandfather said to my grandmother, they're having dinner, and he pushed back and said, you know, you're such a good cook, let's open up a restaurant. And I thought if she was a bad cook, I wouldn't be here.
This October, the restaurant birthed by 90-year-old Ron Salisbury's grandparents turns 100. You're the most youthful 90-year-old I've ever met.
Well, thank you.
What do you attribute that to?
The joke is that I eat Mexican food all the time.
Salisbury has run his family business for 68 years and expanded it to 6 El Cholos. He says learning about his grandparents' struggles through the Great Depression is part of their enduring legacy.
I feel very fortunate having had parents and grandparents that came through the Depression. That is never, hearing them talk about it and the values and the things that they learned from that. It was such a solid foundation for their lives.
Icons like Mickey Mantle, Michael Jackson, Elizabeth Taylor, and George Hamilton were served here. Jack Nicholson was a regular as a struggling actor in the 60s. He'd get 2 tacos, a side of beans, and coffee for 85 cents. And famed Olympic runner and World War II hero Louis Zamperini, who was the subject of the book and film Unbroken, even became a close personal friend.
Louis was a student at USC, and when he would come in here, he'd be befriended my parents. And my parents were looking for a night out, and they had young me to take care of, and so Louis volunteered immediately to be my babysitter. So he babysat me before he went off to war. I've been fortunate to meet a lot of wonderful people, and he was head and shoulders above everybody.
By 1996, they sold 1 billion tortillas and are credited with introducing nachos to Los Angeles.
Our Carmen nachos.
Corporate chef Felix Salcedo has worked here 44 years. It's a family environment that's kept many employees for half a century or more.
This is kind of my home, and from dishwasher to becoming, something in the family for the Salisburys is unbelievable. Yeah.
When I first started at 15, I was just very welcomed in as more of a family feeling than a work environment.
Harrison is one of Ron's 25 grand and great-grandkids. He's working his way up and hopes to make Grandpa proud.
He's obviously one of my biggest mentors growing up. I see all the things that he's accomplished in his lifetime, and I hope I can accomplish a third of it.
Their future involves giving back. For their 100th year, El Cholos launched an ambitious goal to raise $1 million toward pediatric cancer research at Children's Hospital Los Angeles and Children's Hospital of Orange County. Anyone who donates $100 or more is entered to win exciting prizes. Also, patrons can buy naming rights for one of 100 booths at $5,000 apiece, or naming rights for food at $25,000.
It just, helps us lead the fight against this terrible disease, and, it allows us to remain on the cutting edge of finding cancer therapies and treatments.
This richness of knowing people and being part of their lives, it's been great. It also has taught me that as much as you want to cling on to the way things are today, that they're not ever going to go back, that history just evolves, and that is really, forget it, learn how to ride with the tide and make the most of it.
Christina Pascucci, Fox 11 News.